The astrological new year started with the sun entering Aries on March 20th. Now, on Friday, April 1st, we get a new moon in Aries. It conjoins Chiron and Mercury, asking you to heal your inner child, to build confidence, and to become a hero of your own story. Let's break it down and talk about each rising sign. My name is Anastasia. I'm a traditional Western astrologer specializing in natal, relationship, and predictive astrology. If you're new here, please subscribe to my channel, and if you'd like to work with me, you can book the reading at the link down below. April is an exciting month. We get a Jupiter-Neptune conjunction on April 12th. It happens once every 13 years, and we get not 2 but 3 lunations, one of which includes the solar eclipse in Taurus. If you'd like to know what this means for you, I'm currently writing personalized April horoscopes. Feel free to email me or DM me on Instagram to order yours. So this new moon is happening at 11 degrees Aries on Friday, April 1st at 2:24 a.m. Eastern. New moons are new beginnings. This new moon is happening in Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. So it's like a primordial new moon, the beginning of the beginnings, right? Like the spark of fire, which Aries is a fire sign and it's a cardinal sign. So what are you passionate about? What is that inner truth that you know and you've always known, the fire that burns within you? Because this new moon is truly asking you to go within and to focus on your passions and your desires. Aries is connected to our ego and things that we identify with when we say I am. So it might be the time for you to redefine who you are, right? Like, do you say I am an accountant, or do you say I am an entrepreneur, an astrologer, right? Like, what is your I am? Especially since this new moon conjoins Mercury, it feels very much about proclaiming things, speaking about them, writing about them, putting your, words, your money to your words. Aries is the sign of leadership. Aries is the sign of independence, of taking roads that haven't been taken before. So this new moon is also very much about courage. And it is encouraged, it's like it's recommended to take risks and to start new initiatives, because you might get a boost of bravery at this time. Try to focus on things that you can control versus worry about those that you can't. The shadow side of Aries energy can be being extremely competitive, right? And feeling kind of lost into the idea of like, are you better than others? Try to not focus on that. Instead, focus on the feeling that you get from the work that you're doing, or the feeling you get when you think that you've reached that goal that you're moving towards. And do not shy away from the challenge. You will actually benefit from confronting difficulty, because Mars, the ruler of this lunation, is conjoining Saturn, encouraging you to persevere. It is an indicator possibly that things that you start at this time will take some time and they're not going to be immediate. So you will get a chance to practice patience, not something that Aries loves to do or has a lot of. But as long as you stay courageous, honest to yourself, and this new moon conjoins Chiron too, right? And we all have Chiron somewhere in our chart. Chiron in Aries has to do with confidence and that sense that you deserve all the things that you want and that you're special, right? Like people with Chiron and Aries natally may sometimes doubt how special they are. So with this new moon conjoining Chiron, where are you doubting yourself? Where do you think that you're not enough, right? And how can you change that mindset a little bit? How can you fake it till you make it, or build up confidence and become, in a way, also if you were taught that it's impossible to do certain things, or if you believe that things require a ton of work, the belief that goes, it's impossible to be famous, or it's impossible to become a president or something else. How can you change that mindset? And instead of saying it's impossible, say, what if? And then go from there. So feels like healing, feels like trusting and believing in yourself and believing that you have what it takes. And that confidence, you know, it's internal, right? Like, it's not always about the accomplishments that you have or like the long list of things. You may not be accomplished, or maybe your list is short, but you believe in yourself and your list will grow. So let's take a look at all the 12 signs and see what this might bring to you personally. Aries risings have this new moon, of course, in their first house and conjoins Mercury, the ruler of the third and the sixth house, and Chiron in Aries. So Aries rising may have been struggling with, you know, like Pisces season would have hit your 12th house. So maybe you were introverted for a little bit. Maybe you were hiding inside your shell, not feeling too energetic, not feeling too confident. Maybe you had to deal with certain losses. A friend of mine who's an Aries rising lost an uncle. So there could have been a sense of things not working out, or like a sense of things just being taken away from you. And now you're getting a chance to redefine who you are and to take action and to actually believe in yourself and maybe step away a little bit from that mentality of things and people standing in your way. This new moon truly encourages you to become a leader and to perhaps, you know, like Mercury conjoins this moon and it rules your third and your sixth house. So a lot of it could be connected to health. Maybe you work in a health field and you are a doctor or a nurse or something like that, and you're taking action in that professional realm. Mercury also rules the third house, which might imply that you're starting projects connected to the third house. And third house is communication, technology, blogging, writing, working with siblings, working with neighbors, getting more involved with neighbors and trying to give back, right? So it starts within, with Jupiter being in Pisces currently, shining light on things that aren't healthy, the things that stand in your way, all of your self-undoing behaviors. Maybe there's something that you're letting go in order to become a better version of yourself. And new moon it conjoins Chiron, right? So it feels very much like building confidence, building faith in oneself, trusting that you have all the power and all the courage, and maybe just going for it finally, right? You have that fire burning, so set it free. allow yourself to express things. You may be focusing on your health, right? Like another thing that is possible for Aries rising may be starting to work out, beginning a new diet, taking control of your physical body in order to feel better emotionally. And professional new beginnings are possible as well. Starting a new job, starting a new project, even changing your appearance somehow that's not as long-lasting or like long-term focused as going on a new diet, but maybe you're just coloring your hair, or you're presenting, you're kind of like, you know, you've been hibernating during Pisces season, feeling more emotional, and now you're just ready to step out and be like, here I am, I have pink hair now. Focus on manifesting, and definitely focus on believing in yourself. For Taurus rising, moon conjoins Mercury and Chiron in the 12th house. And Mercury for you rules the second and the fifth. So second and the fifth deals with finances, values, and children. And new moon in the 12th house is very much about letting go of the, even though it's a new moon, it's new beginnings, but here you're beginning a new cycle in which you're a bigger friend for yourself, that you're letting go of some negative habits, of self-defeating thoughts, and perhaps you're pursuing things that will bring you money, or you're pursuing creative things, right? Because Mercury rules the fifth house of creativity. Is there something that you really want to do but you're postponing because you don't feel confident enough, right? Mercury ruling your second house can be encouraging towards taking that leap. Mental health new beginnings, like starting to see a therapist or taking some kind of action to better your life, even if it's taking care of your physical health is a possibility here. And working on something behind the scenes is also very likely, because 12th house is behind the scenes and conjoins Mercury. So it's some kind of project that will bring you money, like a new source of income. Maybe you're starting a business that is under a different name, or you're working on a personal project that not a lot of people know about. Even hidden relationships are possible. Of course, I would be careful there. But yeah, like it could be a highly imaginative new moon, planting seeds, pursuing projects that are creative, also possibly pursuing things that are spiritual. Spiritual projects could be lovely, and prioritizing rest and your mental well-being is important, as well as moving possibly to a new location and traveling somewhere for your, maybe like retreating, going somewhere to relax. For Gemini rising, this new moon occurs in the 11th house and it conjoins Mercury, the ruler of your first and the fourth, as well as Chiron. So new moon in the 11th house entails expanding your network. And expanding your network could be connected to moving somewhere, because this new moon conjoins Mercury, the ruler of your fourth house. So maybe you had to move and now you're connecting with new people. Or you are expanding your network because you're trying to pursue some kind of professional initiative, start some kind of personal project. Because Mercury rules your first house, Mercury deals with your self-expression. 11th house also connects to social media. So maybe you're trying to put yourself out there and start to work from home, for example, on a TikTok channel that will allow you to promote your business and promote yourself, right? There's definitely, I think, for Gemini risings, there's some kind of message that you want to share or some kind of insight that you want to tell the world, with Jupiter being in your 10th house of career currently. You may be thinking of embodying a teacher role. Maybe you're looking at a second career. And so with this new moon conjunct Chiron too, right? Like it's about believing that whatever you have to share, whatever message you have for people, there's clients out there, there's audience out there that will be happy to hear you, and believing in yourself, right? Like it's kind of, Kurt Cobain had a really positive, rich 11th house. And so he has fans that are loyal and loving way past his death. So with this new moon happening in your 11th house, you're focusing on finding friends and maybe choosing friends that are truly supportive, maybe reaching out to mentors, reaching out to people in your network, and finding support, finding that safety net, people who can push you forward, people who believe in you, and people who will be happy to listen to whatever you have to share. For Cancer rising, this new moon occurs in the 10th house, and of course it conjoins Mercury and Chiron, Mercury ruling your 12th and your 3rd. So new moon's in the 10th in Aries, asking you to take professional action. It is about manifesting, so it's a good day to write intentions, right? But it's also about you being proactive. And the projects that you're focusing on, or the projects that can be successful at this time, will likely deal with the 12th and the 3rd house. And 12th house is healing other people. It's helping people going through tumultuous times, struggling mentally, people feeling isolated somehow. It's also foreign people. 3rd house is your skills, things you're good at. So you're taking those things you're already good at. Say you speak a foreign language and you take that and you teach prisoners English or Russian or Spanish, right? So there might be some kind of desire to help, to volunteer. Maybe it's a professional opportunity where you get to work with foreign people. A Cancer rising friend has just found a job as a translator. So here you go, like a new beginning professionally, that deals with teaching, speaking a foreign language, and helping kind of like bring things together. Starting a business is definitely a possibility here. Third house deals with having a business, you know, kind of like figuring out your schedule, arranging things, maybe moving things around. And Aries is all about being proactive and taking action, and of course, believing in yourself, believing that you deserve to be a business owner, asking for a raise, believing that you deserve that raise, and maybe even announcing your dreams and saying out loud, like, here, this is what I want to be known for. Taking a stand for something, I think, could be important for Cancer risings. Leo risings have this new moon in their 9th house, and it conjoins Mercury, the ruler of the 11th and the 2nd houses. And this 9th house is about expansion, and it's about your knowledge. So Aries, new moon in the 9th house feels very much like having confidence in your knowledge. Whether you're applying it professionally, whether you're applying it personally, whether it's as simple as telling the guy you're seeing that this is not the way I expect to be treated because ABC. There's definitely a sense of kind of like taking on more and spreading your wings and taking risks. Maybe you are beginning a new course of study, maybe you're becoming a teacher, maybe you're finding a way to share your knowledge with other people through some kind of mentoring opportunity, through internship, something like that, and connecting with more people. It could be, you know, it could definitely be professionally because Mercury rules the house of finances. So there could be like taking a class to make more money, or like kind of getting higher qualifications to be making more money. Like, let's say if you're a nurse and you take that, what is that, registered nurse exam. Or it could be more in order to connect with other people, because Mercury also rules your 11th house. So maybe you're taking a class in order to find like-minded people or to pursue your dreams. Your beliefs might be changing, your inner confidence might be growing, and there might also be certain developments connected to religion, philosophy, astrology. Maybe you're diving into a deeper, whatever it might be, I feel like there's confidence that needs to be built when it comes to your knowledge, when it comes to having enough knowledge and using what you already have in order to connect with other people. Publishing is a possibility. Of course, you're planting seeds right now, and this new moon, we're not going to get a full moon for the next 6 months. So it's also possible, like if you are a writer, if you are a creative individual, that you are writing something that might get published in 6 months. And legal matters, there might be a chance that you're like starting something legal, and travel and blah blah blah. So there's a lot of things like travel, publishing, expanding your world. Traveling is definitely a possibility. Traveling professionally or traveling for personal reasons, maybe going on a trip with friends, is a possibility. For Virgo rising, this new moon conjoins Mercury, the ruler of the 1st and the 10th, and Chiron in the 8th house. So for Virgo risings, I feel like there has been a lot of focus on joining forces with other people, with Jupiter being in the 7th, Uranus being in the 9th, Saturn being in the 6th. It's all kind of like about connecting with other people. Now you get a new moon in the house of other people's resources and shared finances. So there's a possibility of taking a loan or making some kind of changes to your finances. Let's say it is connected to like getting a loan, asking a friend for help, reaching out to others for either finances or more, maybe time, support, maybe some kind of like connections. Maybe you're reaching to others who can help you get where you're trying to go. Because Mercury rules the 1st and the 10th house in your chart, this feels very much investment into your future, investment into your personal and professional projects. So maybe you're getting a loan to start a business, or you're getting a loan to take some time off to write a book. New beginnings are possible in the life of your partner, like maybe they're making some extra money and you benefit through them. And new financial undertakings, like maybe taking new clients, I see as a possibility here too. 8th house deals with therapy and fears. So on a different level, this could be a time where you face all of your self-defeating tendencies, right? Like, have you experienced any romantic dramas in the past? With Venus being retrograde in your 5th house, that's quite likely. So this new moon in the 8th might also just encourage you to let go of past relationships, let go of the need to create drama, or let go of the need to allow drama to happen in your life, and perhaps find ways in which you can build healthier relationships and find more confidence and, like support from your partner. Your partner can also be getting a financial bonus or financial boost too. For Libra rising, this new moon occurs in the 7th house, and it conjoins Mercury and Chiron, Mercury ruling the 9th and the 12th house. So it can play out in a few different ways, as always, right? Planets symbolize a lot of things, and we're trying to translate them into like narrow windows. So new beginnings in relationships for sure. And this could be dating someone foreign or dating someone unusual for you, because Mercury rules your 12th house. And 12th house is oftentimes people that are somehow like forsaken, if that's the right word, forgotten, misunderstood. Like whenever you have a person with like a strong 12th house, or your 7th house is ruled by the planet in the 12th house, the partner is either foreign, or they're very introverted, or they work in a private sector. They just like, there's something about them that may feel different or somehow isolating. And what's interesting too is like Mercury not only rules the 12th, it also rules the 9th. So there's even more focus on foreign people. And if you are in a relationship and you're not planning to start to date a foreigner, maybe you are learning things, or you're planning a trip with your partner, right? Or you are joining forces with someone who's international. Let me know if this resonates in the comments below, if you know what I'm talking about. Maybe, yeah, like joining forces with someone who's foreign, or starting to work with people who are different from you somehow. 9th house also deals with education. So there might be a sense, and maybe you're not going to quite take action on it until May 10th, when Jupiter enters Aries as well. But there might be a sense of like having something to share with the world. And you may start a partnership, or you may start a business, or you may plant a seed of teaching the world something. And it's also possible that this is connected to spirituality, astrology, tarot, things that are less visible. Expect new beginnings in your love life and new partnerships coming your way. And they may be also coming from the sector of education. So maybe someone you know, like a teacher, offers you a part-time position and you take it. And now we go to the 6th house for all the Scorpio risings. You get the new moon conjunct Chiron and Mercury in your house of service, health, diet, exercise, and pets. So you can expect new beginnings in any one of those areas. Mercury in your chart rules the 8th and the 11th. So it connects your new beginnings to finances, perhaps. Let's say if it is the new beginning in the sector of service, maybe you are serving someone, you may be helping a friend, and helping a friend might involve lending them money, or maybe you need to borrow money from them. 6th house is very much a sector of problem solving, so it's likely that you're working on something that needs to be fixed in your life. And it could start from renovating your kitchen, and it go towards like I don't know, health issue, right? There's multiple varieties of things that can be activated, but financially, right? Like maybe you are getting a loan, maybe you are getting a mortgage or something. You're trying to kind of like get enough resources in order to take care of those things. 8th house also deals with mental health. So there's definitely a possibility of also committing to better mental health, starting therapy, reaching out to someone for help in order to fix your mental health and bring forth better physical health, physical well-being. Working with friends is a possibility here, or helping a friend is a possibility here with, you know, Mercury ruling your 11th house. Maybe your friend is struggling and maybe you're trying your best to give them a helping hand, because 6th house also deals with pets. Maybe you're getting a pet, or maybe some of your, you know, problem solving goes towards dealing with the pet. Maybe maybe you're bettering their life somehow, or taking them to the vet and taking care of their health. Might be a lovely time for all the Scorpio risings to streamline your schedule and to figure out what is worth your time and what might be a time waster. Maybe get rid of some of the things, focus more on taking better care of yourself, because 6th house is service, but it's also your well-being, right? Like, are you serving yourself? Are you taking too much time and too much energy and giving it to other people? How can you create a better balance, but also in a way just focus on your personal well-being? Because when you feel good, everyone else around you benefits. For Sag rising, moon conjoins Mercury, so we get a new moon in the 5th house, and Mercury rules your 7th and your 10th. So new moon in the 5th house can bring a literal pregnancy. If you are in a romantic relationship, you may hear good news. If you're not ready to be pregnant, be extra careful. Maybe you're having a child, because it's also connected to the house of marriage. So for some of you, it might be like literal new beginnings, birth of a baby in a relationship. Mercury also rules your house of career. And in that sense, there might be a new creative opportunity. Maybe you're partnering up with someone and pursuing creative projects, taking your creativity into your existing job and perhaps finding a way to do an old thing in a new and exciting way. Chiron currently in your 5th house implies that you can heal your inner wound and maybe connect with your inner child. Are you not, you know, playful enough? Like, are you creative? Do you have time that is just like free flow? And maybe you can find more ways to add that into your life. Connecting with kids, if you're not having children, is a possibility. Maybe even choosing career that deals with children, right? Like maybe you take some time to be like a kindergarten teacher, or you're spending time with your nieces and nephews and seeing them be playful and excited, and you sort of follow their lead and become a little bit of that yourself. For Cap rising, you get a new moon in the 4th house and conjoins Chiron, implying a sense of healing in the sector of home and family. Capricorns have been through a lot, with Pluto being in your 1st house, literally going through through some kind of rebirth. So new moon in the 4th can create a sense of letting go of some of family karma, realizing that whatever happened to you in the past does not define you, right? It's a part of your story, but it's not all of your story. So I think there's tremendous healing potential with this new moon for Capricorn risings. This new moon also conjoins Mercury, which rules your 6th and 9th house. So for some of you, I can see moving, because Mercury is in the 9th house. Maybe you get some good news about even a professional opportunity. You hear like that there is a chance to teach yoga on Bali. Take me with you. Can I be your +1? But yeah, there might be some kind of interesting move in store for you connected to a career, or changes in the home. Setting up a home office is a possibility. 4th house, new moon can also bring an increased sense of comfort in the home, and maybe it is related to you being able to speak your mind, right? Because Mercury is in the 9th house. Maybe you have a conversation, an honest conversation with people you live with, and you feel more understood. Maybe you're finding comfort in studies, or you're finding comfort in philosophy, astrology. Like there might be a sense of finding some kind of like support there and feeling more secure. And because Mercury conjoins this new moon and it rules your 6th house, I wonder if you also connect with people you work with on a deeper level. There might be a sense of like building familial relationships with people you work with. How pretty are these flowers? I'm a fan. Just a side note. Anyways, so yeah, Capricorn rising. Let me know if this resonates. What's happening with your family relationships? Are you ready for a fresh start there and in your home? For Aqua risings, this new moon happens in the 3rd house and conjoins Chiron and conjoins Mercury, the ruler of the 5th and the 8th. So new moons in the 3rd house can encompass a lot of different possibilities, right? Because 3rd house is your everyday life. It's people you text with daily. It's your phone. It's your daily route, your neighborhood, your neighbors, your siblings, your technology, your ideas. So there might be new beginnings in any of those things. There might be new beginnings in the life of your sibling because it conjoins, maybe you've had a tough relationship with your sibling and you kind of heal that relationship. You get closer, you connect with them on a different level. Maybe you collaborate with a sibling on some kind of creative project, or you start a podcast together. It's very much 3rd house and 5th house together. Learning is a part of the 3rd house too. Learning, like usually applied skill, something that requires using your hands. And maybe with Chiron, always thinking of healing, maybe you're healing you're finding a sense of confidence in yourself, in your skills, in your knowledge, and perhaps that requires you to take some kind of class, but that allows you to connect with your own knowledge a little bit more. Because Mercury conjoins this new moon, and Mercury rules the 5th house. It rules the house of joy. So if you're not having enough fun in your life, think how your skills or how your daily life can improve it. Can bring more joy into your life, right? Are you sending texts to people that you don't like texting with? Are you walking down the same path, eating the same donut? I eat the same croissant every day, so I'm not against it, but like, is there something you can mix it up to have more fun? Selling ideas, getting new creative ideas is a possibility here. Short distance travel, say within the country, there might be opportunities to travel for financial matters, for creative collaboration, or to see a sibling. Sell any creative ideas. Basically, your mind is highlighted, and this new moon is very much about like how can you find more confidence in your ideas and how can you better your daily life in order to find more joy. Let me know if this resonates and how do you see this new moon manifesting for you. Finally, if you are a Pisces rising, this new moon happens for you in the house of money. And it conjoins Chiron and it conjoins Mercury. So what is your relationship like with money? Do you see it as a tool? Do you see it as a source of happiness? Do you connect with it on an emotional level? There's some ways of looking at that and maybe healing your relationship with money, especially if you're someone, say you have natal Chiron in Taurus, and maybe you have a tendency to show love with like gifts, right? Maybe you throw money at the problem versus like talking about it. So there might be a chance for you to examine that connection to money. It conjoins Mercury. Oh, that's so funny. It conjoins Mercury, the ruler of the 4th and the 7th house. And I actually know a Pisces rising who's becoming a realtor. So new moon in the second house, new beginnings in the finances, connected to the house of home and family and land and property. So there might be new financial beginnings connected to your home, like as literal as like selling a home, or, you know, more roundabout as in becoming a realtor. So definitely exciting opportunities. I think taking control and being more in charge, being courageous, taking risks financially could be beneficial for you, and you will see the results in 6 months from now. But it's definitely, I think, an exciting time when you can redefine your relationship with money. And also, second house is the house of self-worth. It's not just money. It's also like what makes you feel valued. And if you're changing careers, if you're becoming someone else, if you're embodying a teacher, whatever you are doing in life, you're finding a chance to build more confidence and create that inner sense of peace and security. And of course, you know, making more money, getting a pay raise, starting a business never really hurts. So this is all I have. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you like this new location. It's super gloomy in New York, and I just decided to mix it up. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.